What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Poke Office. My name is Colin. Today we're talking about fair selling in the Pokemon space, gouging, scalping, all the things. And to be fair and upfront, I sell roughly at market price. Sometimes I come a little bit below market price, but I believe in selling at market price. I mean, just like we were buying booster boxes for under market price and under wholesale price a year ago, I don't see why we shouldn't be buying stuff when the demand is this high. And speaking of demand, I posted a bunch of stuff on Facebook Marketplace earlier this weekend, and the demand is just through the roof. It's crazy. I live in a town of about 100,000 people, a city, not a town, and the Pokemon space, really from what I've seen, is not huge, but is definitely growing. And it's growing more than I thought it was because I got over 1,000 clicks on my Facebook Marketplace ads in the first day. And I made well over $2,000 worth of sales just on loose packs. Like, I sold a bunch this weekend. Okay, a little more backstory. I've been growing my Pokemon business. I've been taking the business side of Pokemon more seriously since September 2024. So it's been a little more than 6 months. And now I'm really trying to make a little bit of a local presence known here because I actually think that I'm one of the bigger Pokemon sellers in the space here. Anyways, so full warning, I sell at market price, maybe sometimes a little bit below, but I'm a believer in market price. Whatever you think about that is fine. It is what it is. The demand is just so high right now in the Pokemon space. And I just have the proof is in the pudding. I post stuff on Facebook Marketplace and people start buying right away. Like, my phone has been dinging nonstop with new messages and all the annoying things of, hey, is this still available? And then they never respond, but actually made lots of sales, right? So here's the thing. I sold some 151 booster packs, just loose packs, and I was selling them for $12 Canadian per pack, which is actually quite a bit below market price. Market price, I think, is right around $9 American, and so I could be selling them probably $13 to $15 Canadian as like a true market price. And to be fair, I have to take tax off of that. Like, it's $12 taxes in, and 12% is the tax where I live. So I'm actually selling them for $10.71 to be exact. Okay? Anyways, this guy is just so thrilled that I have 151 booster packs in stock, and he's like, oh, I had no idea, and I'll be coming back to you. And he made a big order with me, and we kind of connected a little bit, which is cool because I am trying to build that local connection. And then we start talking, and he says one of the local game stores in town is selling 151 booster packs for $30 Canadian each. And I was just absolutely speechless. Like, what? $30 Canadian each? Ugh, that sucks so bad. So I actually didn't believe him, but right before recording this video, I, after work, drove to that local game store to check it out. And he wasn't wrong. They offered me a 151 booster bundle for $160, which is, I don't know, a little under $30 a pack. But she said, oh yeah, I'll open it for loose packs if you want to. They'll be $29.99 each. And that's not including tax. For goodness sakes. And I was like, okay, thanks. And I walked out because, really? Are you kidding me? What a joke. This is the problem with the Pokemon space right now. This is the suckiness of the Pokemon space right now. But before we continue, what doesn't suck is misprint.com. Misprint.com is the new two-sided marketplace for Pokemon lovers. Graded Pokemon cards, sealed products, all in one place. And honestly, this is just such a cleaner experience than eBay or other sites where you might buy some of these items. And here's one thing I love absolutely about it. Okay, you click into here. So this is the Eevee Prismatic Evolutions Elite Trainer box as a PSA 10. So first thing, this one doesn't have the stamp, so you can buy it now for $145. But this interface is just so simple, right? So you can buy, you can sell, And you have to actually apply to be a seller, which you can do by using the link down below in the description. And then you get $5 worth of credit, and I get $5 worth of credit. It's kind of nice. Anyways, if you want to buy, you select your grade. You could buy a PSA 10. You could buy a PSA 9. You could buy a Beckett. You could buy a CGC card. Those are the three options right now. But this, as I've shown you before, is what I absolutely love about it. Here's some graphing stuff, which gives you some data. PSA 10 auction sales, PSA 10 bin sales. Okay, so there's some trend lines happening, but also down here, it brings you to recent sales. As you scroll down, recent sales on eBay, it gives you the link for them, which is pretty amazing. That's really nice. And then here, it has the PSA population data, which I also absolutely like. This isn't a great example because it doesn't have much data yet, but it is a fairly new card. If we go to something else, I showcased this one last time. The Pikachu with gray felt hat. Okay, this card has been booming right now. Absolutely booming. You're seeing recent sales on eBay down here. Check this out. 31,215 cards that are PSA 10 graded. That's a huge population. Has a 51.6% chance of getting a PSA 10, and almost 80% of the cards are getting a 9 or a 10, which not too bad. Okay, I love all the data here, and the buying process is really easy. You buy, and then you go all through the buyer protection, real human support, secure payment, all the things. Ava from Ava's Binder has done an absolutely magnificent job along with her team of getting this site ready to go. So go check it out. The link is down below in the description, but it's misprint.com. Really, really cool stuff. All right, so back to this whole issue at hand here, and I can't remember if it was Brian at PokeNE or Danny Phantom that was talking about it. They've both talked about the saturation of Pokemon stores in the market right now. Stores that have never, ever, ever carried Pokemon product before, and now they see the money involved in it, and it's like, oh, we should get allocated some of that as well. And it just kind of sucks for someone like Danny Phantom, who's been running a store for a really long time, for someone like Brian, who's been building up his store and turning into one of the bigger stores in America and trying to do his part by selling for MSRP and taking flack for it. And it sucks for someone like me who's trying to actually grow a Pokemon business because I love Pokemon, and I actually this is not just a quick money grab for me. I'm going to be in the hobby for a long time. It's a huge passion of mine. Okay, here's the example that one of them gave, and I think it was Brian, but I can't remember for sure. I want to give credit where it's due. Right? You have 100 booster boxes. Distribution company has 100 booster boxes to allocate to their customers. And a year ago, let's pretend they had 10 stores to allocate to. So 10 stores, they each get 10 booster boxes. This is really easy math, and it's not actually how it all works, but it's a good representation of how it works. So each store gets 10 booster boxes. Everyone's pretty happy. Now, all of these stores, like such one that I just went to that's selling Scarlet and Violet 151 packs for $30. Now we have all those stores in the mix too. So distribution company still has 100 booster boxes to distribute, and now there's 50 stores in the mix. So each store only gets 2 booster boxes. And that's actually what we're seeing. There's been times when I've interviewed people. I remember I interviewed Beardy Face. He didn't even get allocated a full booster box of Journey Together. He got allocated, I think he said 22 packs. What? I actually got a decent allocation. I got 2 cases of booster boxes. But it's just, that makes me really, really angry. And I really try and spread the positivity, and I really try to stay out of the drama on the Pokemon space because it kind of drives me nuts, to be honest with you. But what can we do about this? $30 for a 151 booster pack. See, here's the thing. Back to I sell at market price. I'm a believer in market price. Brian at PokeNE sold MSRP for Journey Together and got a ton of hate for it because there's so much demand and people didn't get it at MSRP. You don't have a right to get product at MSRP. You have a desire to get product at MSRP. Stores have a right to sell at whatever price they want to sell at. It's them taking the risk. So I wouldn't be blaming the stores that are selling at market price. However, I would be blaming the stores that are never holding Pokemon cards ever in their inventory and just start selling product at huge markup gains just to make a quick buck. That's where it kind of ruins the hobby, because ultimately that store in town here what did they do? They just started getting some Pokemon cards, and they tried to get quick cash. And now the next bear run in Pokemon, whenever it happens, and I don't think it's coming anytime soon, but whenever it happens, then they're going to just be like, we don't really want that Pokemon product anymore. And yet the distribution companies gave them Pokemon right now. Like, I'd happily take that extra stock and make 10 to 15% on it, because I know for a fact, okay, I can buy 151 booster bundles. I was able to not very long ago, and they were going to cost me $100. So that's a lot. It's a lot of money for a booster bundle of 151. That's okay though. Whatever. It is what it is. That means that typical Pokemon profit margins are like 15, maybe up to 30%. So that means you should be selling it for $115 on the low end, $129.99 on the high end. They're selling it for $160. And as loose packs, they're selling it for $180. That's a 60 to 80% markup on a product. And it just, that really, really, really bugs me. Right? Like, market price is one thing. People are willing to pay it. There's a reason why it's market price. And whether you like it or not, people are paying it. Otherwise, the market price wouldn't be where it's at. But 60 to 80% gains, I get it. I would defend businesses all day long because I know that they have bills to pay. Like, I just have my basement, right? And I have a job. This is a hobby. Growing into more than a hobby, but it's a hobby for me. But, man, I get that you have bills to pay, but you're just gouging customers. It's ruining the Pokemon hobby for everyone else, and it kind of bugs me. That's it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you want some stuff, you could always message me. The Discord link is down below in the description. I'm active in there. You can go check out thepokeoffice.com for singles, and I got some sealed product on the site as well. Make sure to check out today's sponsor, misprint.com, and use the link down below in the description to get $5 credit. Gives me a $5 credit too, so we'd be helping each other. And yeah, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to do so now. I appreciate you all. And yeah, I love Pokemon. Let's continue growing this thing. Don't take this negativity and go expand upon it. Let's group together and actually continue what makes this Pokemon hobby great. Peace!